What if the very thing that unlocked, well, every great idea, deepened every meaningful connection and just kept life vibrant and exciting? What if it wasn't some grand, elusive secret, but actually something we all possessed as children? Like a brilliant spark that maybe dims sometimes, but it's never truly out.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with this.
We're talking about curiosity, and today we're embarking on a really profound deep dive into how this fundamental yet often underestimated trait is truly the secret sauce to a life well lived.
Indeed. And this deep dive, it's really all about pulling back the layers, to understand the profound, multifaceted impact of curiosity, not just on our cognitive abilities, but really crucially on our health, our psychological well-being, and our overall engagement with the whole tapestry of life around us.
Exactly.
We're going to explore how rekindling this innate quality, this sort of internal compass pointing towards discovery, how that can genuinely transform everything, from the smallest daily interactions right up to our biggest long-term hopes for fulfillment.
That's exactly right. We're going to unpack a really rich collection of insights today. We're drawing from some robust scientific research, stuff that delves right into the neurology of curiosity, And alongside that, the timeless wisdom of groundbreaking innovators and the inspiring sort of lived experiences of lifelong learners who just embody the spirit. Our mission really is to help you get back to that fundamental, almost primal impulse to ask why and what if, and to truly embrace where that spirit of inquiry can actually lead you.
So let's open the door then.
Yeah.
Let's start this journey into the boundless world of curiosity, starting right at the very beginning of our lives.
Okay, so we often talk about curiosity like it's some sophisticated skill, something we have to painstakingly acquire.
Right, like you have to work hard at it.
Exactly. But the sources we've been digging into, they make this powerful, almost undeniable assertion. We are all born curious. Just think about it for a second. Watch a newborn. From the instant they open their eyes, they're not just passively existing, are they? They're instinctively looking around, tracking movement, reaching out. That's this innate gift in action, right? A foundational drive to figure out their environment.
Absolutely. And it's not just, a charming observation. It's a critical foundational part of human development. It's hardwired into us. Consider toddlers.
Oh, the question machines.
Exactly. Numerous studies, observations from developmental psychologists, they show that children between, say, 14 months and 5 years old can ask an incredible average of 107 questions an hour.
Wow, an hour. That's relentless.
It is. And it's not just about collecting facts. It's this relentless, self-driven process of making sense of the world. Every why or what's that, it's like a tiny experiment, a hypothesis test. They're building their understanding brick by brick.
And they're fearless about it.
Totally fearless. They're not afraid to ask the obvious or silly questions because, nothing is obvious until you explore it. It's their engine for early learning. It's crucial for language, problem solving, developing a sense of agency.
That's incredible. And it really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? But this curiosity is so deep, so innate, so powerful in those early years. Why does it feel like so many of us as adults kind of lose that connection? Eleanor Roosevelt, who had such amazing insights into people, she once suggested something like, if a mother could ask a fairy godmother for the single most useful gift for her child, it would be curiosity.
Wow. Not talent, not knowledge, but curiosity.
Exactly. She saw it as the essential quality for navigating life's complexities, more vital than anything else.
And what's truly fascinating here is how something so fundamental, so central to our early learning and development often seems to diminish. Sometimes it feels like it disappears altogether as we get older.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly with that common feeling many of us have, that most of us have lost touch with our inner curious child.
Definitely felt that sometimes.
And Einstein, with his usual profound simplicity, he famously said, "It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education."
Right. That quote always hits hard.
It's not just a clever line. It's a really poignant observation about a systemic issue.
Yeah.
Our sources point out how modern education systems, often by putting huge emphasis on academic targets, standardized tests, memorizing the right answer.
It's pressure to perform.
Exactly. That can inadvertently stifle this natural inclination. It shifts the focus from an intrinsic drive learning for the joy of it towards an extrinsic one, grades, achievement, validation from others. The right answer becomes way more important than the why or the what if.
So it's not that we can't be curious anymore. It's more like we've been conditioned away from it. The pressure to conform, get quick results, always seem like you know the answer, It can just override that basic desire to ask why without needing a specific goal or knowing a test is coming.
It pushes us away from being, as one source put it, starry-eyed at the world around us.
I love that phrase.
Me too. And that's exactly what we should still be striving for, right?
Yeah.
Throughout our lives. So this deep dive is almost like a reawakening, isn't it?
Yeah, a reminder.
A gentle but firm reminder of what's already inside each of us, just waiting to be rediscovered.
And the potential impact of rediscovering it is huge.
It's precisely that, a call to re-engage with our core nature. And the implications of doing that, they're profound. They reach way beyond just learning facts. They touch every single part of our lives, from personal growth right through to groundbreaking innovation.
Okay, so that leads us perfectly into this transformative power, how curiosity really extends far beyond just basic learning or, collecting trivia.
Right.
Sir Ken Robinson, who is such a brilliant advocate for creativity and education, he put it so well. He said, curiosity is the engine of achievement.
Simple, but powerful.
It really is. And when you think about any kind of innovation, big or small, doesn't it always start with that simple little question, what if?
Always. That one curious question, that's the spark. It ignites the exploration, fuels the experiments, and eventually leads to those breakthroughs that reshape things.
And it's fascinating when you trace the thread, isn't it, through almost all major developments.
Absolutely. Think about, the internet, smartphones, even AI now. None of them just appeared. Yeah. They all share this common origin story. Mm-hmm. Curious minds, daring to go beyond what was already known. People who weren't afraid to question the status quo, to poke at established norms. Zora Neale Hurston called research formalized curiosity. I love that.
Formalized curiosity.
Yeah, that's good.
Their what-ifs turned into, how about this? And then eventually, this is it.
And it's powerful to realize this isn't just for the huge world-changing stuff.
Yeah.
Carla Johnson, who works in innovation strategy, she calls curiosity the secret sauce that separates the innovators from the imitator.
The secret sauce, yeah.
She points out that even those super successful, highly focused adults, they understand that rekindling your curiosity is key to great ideas. So it's not a one-off flash.
No, it's a continuous process, a mindset you live in.
It really backs up that idea.
Yeah.
Necessity might be the mother of invention, pushing us to solve a problem.
But then, as Rupal Padvi suggests, curiosity is its father, pulling us towards possibilities we hadn't even imagined.
The pull of wonder. Yeah, you really need both, don't you? That push of need and the pull of curiosity.
Definitely.
And this isn't just abstract concepts. There's a deep neurological basis for this. Our sources highlight how curiosity genuinely enhances learning and memory. It does this by activating brain regions involved in anticipating rewards.
Okay, so when you're actually curious about something, your brain isn't just passively taking it in.
Not at all. It becomes significantly more receptive. It's like it primes itself to absorb and hang on to that new information.
And the how is fascinating, right? The brain's physical response.
It really is.
Yeah.
When you're truly curious, your brain releases dopamine.
Dopamine, the feel-good chemical.
Exactly. It's a key player in the brain's reward pathway, the mesolimbic system. When it's released, it creates pleasure, almost like finding something exciting or getting a reward.
And pleasure motivates us.
Powerfully motivates further exploration. It's this beautifully designed, self-sustaining cycle. The more curious you are, the more pleasure you get from learning and discovery.
The more you want to learn.
Precisely. It creates this positive feedback loop that just keeps reinforcing itself. Your brain literally rewards you for being curious.
That's amazing. So it becomes intrinsically rewarding. You don't need the external grade or pat on the back quite so much.
That's exactly it. Contrast that powerful internal drive with just being handed facts to memorize. Ian Russell put it beautifully. Give people facts, and you feed their minds for an hour. Awaken curiosity, and they feed their own minds for a lifetime.
Wow. That distinction is huge.
It's critical. It highlights that curiosity isn't just about accumulating knowledge like filling a bucket. It's about cultivating real wisdom, understanding the deeper connections, the underlying principles, the why behind the what.
Building a mind that wants to know.
Yes. A mind that seeks understanding, not one that just needs to know for a test. It's about lighting a fire, not just filling a bucket.
So it's a whole different relationship with information, with the world. And that fire, that vibrant curiosity, it clearly has benefits way beyond just intellectual growth or innovation.
Oh, absolutely. If we connect this to the bigger picture of human experience, the impact on our psychological well-being and mental health is dramatic. and positives.
Oh, let's dive into that.
Our sources show that actively practicing curiosity is strongly linked with, well, enhanced psychological well-being, increased grit, the persistence for long-term goals,
Right, sticking with things.
greater subjective happiness, and a deeper sense of meaning in life. And on the other side of the coin, it correlates with lower rates of depression and fewer negative emotions. It's an incredibly powerful emotional regulator, really, a kind of built-in resilience mechanism.
That's genuinely profound. When you hear that quote from Brian H. McGill, curiosity is one of the great secrets of happiness, it suddenly doesn't sound like just a nice saying, does it?
Not at all. It's backed by a growing body of evidence. And it's not just about feeling better subjectively. There are tangible health outcomes, too.
Like what?
We're talking about curiosity, potentially reducing self-reported depression, and maybe surprisingly, even how often people visit their GP. The link between an inquisitive mind and a healthy body becomes really clear.
Wow. And does this effect carry on as we get older, thinking about cognitive health?
Significantly. The benefits of lifelong learning, which is, inherently fueled by curiosity, are substantial. For instance, studies consistently show that actively learning a new language or picking up a musical instrument later in life, it's well documented to significantly cut the risks of dementia.
That's huge.
It is. And what's even more fascinating is the mechanism underneath. Those pleasure centers in the brain, the same areas that light up with dopamine when we're curious, they mirror the reward we get from something intrinsically pleasurable, like eating chocolate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it creates this powerful positive feedback loop, reinforcing the behavior of seeking novelty and information. It makes us want to be more curious, keeping our brains active, engaged, and healthy.
So it's literally a joyful, neurologically rewarding thing for our brains.
Okay, beyond these amazing individual benefits, curiosity also has this huge impact on our connections with other people, right? Strengthening relationships.
Absolutely. Massive impact. When we approach others with genuine curiosity, we're not just making polite small talk.
No.
We're taking an active, sincere interest in their unique experiences, their thoughts, their feelings. And that fundamental act of seeking to understand, it just naturally builds trust and rapport. It signals respect.
How does that work in practice?
Well, by asking open-ended questions, the ones that can't just be answered with yes or no, and then really truly listening to the answers, we show that we value their perspective, their inner world. That's absolutely fundamental for fostering deeper, more meaningful connections.
That raises a really important point, especially today with so much misunderstanding around. How can curiosity help bridge gaps, even in conflict?
It's a critical tool, actually, for conflict resolution and for reducing our own biases. Instead of just reacting defensively or with judgment, which is often the first instinct.
Right. Curiosity encourages us to pause and wonder, okay, what factors in their life could be influencing how they're reacting right now? Or how do my experiences differ from theirs, leading us to see this differently?
Stepping outside yourself for a moment.
Exactly. You can also ask, why are they reacting this specific way? What's underneath? And crucially, how are my own experiences and assumptions coloring my perception here? These aren't just rhetorical questions. They force you to consider other perspectives, cultivating empathy.
Empathy, yeah.
Which, as our sources beautifully put it, is really the seed from which compassion grows. It helps us aim for understanding rather than just jumping to judgment or needing to be right.
I love how practical that is. It's not abstract. It gives us actual tools for better communication, deeper understanding, and it can even boost intimacy in our closest relationships.
Definitely. Our sources mention specific, powerful questions designed just for that. Things like, what's a childhood memory that really shaped who you are today?
Oh, that's a deep one.
Or maybe, what's a small thing I do, maybe without realizing, that makes you happy? Or even, what's one simple thing I could do to make your day a bit easier?
Those aren't just casual questions, are they? They cut through the surface level.
They really do. They invite deeper sharing and emotional connection. Because as the sources state so powerfully, when we stop asking questions and being curious, a relationship becomes stagnant.
Stagnant, that's a scary word for a relationship.
It is. Curiosity injects life, a continuous sense of discovery, an ongoing dynamic of growth with the people closest to us. It stops things becoming predictable or stale. And this proactive questioning approach, it's not just for personal life, it's also an incredibly potent driver for innovation and problem solving in much broader contexts.
Right, we touched on innovation, but maybe revisit how curiosity helps solve problems more effectively, beyond just the obvious answers.
Yeah, it compels individuals and teams to look far beyond the immediate surface-level answers. It pushes for more creative, more effective, and often more sustainable solutions, whether you're dealing with a complex business issue or just a personal challenge.
Got an example?
Well, think about the classic story of Alexander Fleming and penicillin.
Ah, yes. The moldy Petri dish.
Exactly. It wasn't planned. It stemmed from his curious observation of a mold that killed bacteria. Now, standard practice at the time might have led many others to just toss that contaminated dish, seen it as a failure, a nuisance.
Well, that ruined experiment.
But Fleming's curiosity, his willingness to ask, what is that and why is this happening, led him to investigate further. His failure became the foundation for one of the biggest medical breakthroughs ever.
Shows how curiosity drives that continuous learning and adaptation.
Which is absolutely crucial in our fast-changing world, whether it's a business market or just personal life changes. It's about cultivating critical thinking, constantly questioning assumptions, considering different viewpoints, even the ones that challenge your own.
And it's not just for labs or boardrooms. It's about lifelong learning, staying engaged at all ages.
Absolutely. There's a poignant quote from the Nobel laureate, Jose Saramago. "Old age begins when curiosity ends."
Wow.
And conversely, Mark Parker, the former Nike CEO, put it starkly. "Curiosity is life. Assumption is death."
Powerful contrast.
They encapsulate this profound truth about staying vital, engaged, truly alive. It powerfully reinforces the idea that learning isn't just something we do in school or formal training.
It's a state of mind.
Exactly. A place to inhabit, to be curious within every single day. And our sources give these incredibly inspiring real-life examples of people embracing learning late in life. It proves it's genuinely never too late.
Like who?
Okay, get this. Giuseppe Paterno. He got a master's degree in history and philosophy at 98 years old.
98? That's incredible.
Became Italy's oldest graduate. He'd always loved books but couldn't afford university earlier. Served in World War II, worked on the railways for decades, raised a family, but never forgot that intellectual dream.
What an enduring spirit. Amazing.
And then there's Joyce DeFao. She finished her degree online at 90 during the pandemic. She'd only just got her first computer.
At 90, the courage and curiosity for that. Wow.
And Shigemi Hirata in Japan. Took him 11 years, but he completed a degree in ceramics, graduating at 96.
96. Ceramic.
What connects all of them? An innate, unyielding curiosity for learning and development that never faded. It wasn't just about getting a certificate. It was a genuine internal drive to know and create.
Those examples really hit home. It shows that informal learning comes in many forms and is a constant for us every day, whether we actively engage with it or not.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that every experience, every conversation, every new bit of information is an opportunity to learn, question, grow. Think about all the things retirees, or really anyone can do, all fueled by curiosity.
Like what kind of things?
Oh, gosh. Adventurous travel, taking classes in literature or history, learning a language on Duolingo, maybe picking up a sport, writing memoirs, getting a pet, learning guitar, trying pottery or photography, being a local tour guide, learning to cook Thai food, becoming a classic movie buff, joining a bowling league.
The list is endless, really.
Truly boundless. And the key thing is, every single one of those paths, big or small, is sparked by curiosity. It's just this constant, invigorating reminder that it is truly never too late.
Never too late to embrace new knowledge, seek new experiences, discover new parts of ourselves and the world. Okay, so if curiosity is this amazing force for well-being, innovation, connection, how do we get more of it? How do we actually cultivate it?
Right, in our busy, often routine lives.
Yeah. Our sources really emphasize something crucial here. It's not fixed. You don't just have it or not have it. It's a skill you can develop, practice, nurture, like building a muscle.
That's a really critical point to grasp. Cultivating curiosity, it starts with embracing openness. Openness to the unknown and a willingness to ask questions, even if the answers aren't obvious.
How do you practice that openness?
Well, one really practical strategy is to deliberately adopt a beginner's mindset.
A beginner's mindset. What does that mean exactly?
It means consciously approaching situations, even familiar ones, as if you're seeing them for the very first time. It helps dismantle those ingrained assumptions and biases.
Forces you to look fresh.
Exactly. It forces you to observe, to question, to open the door to perspectives that routine or familiarity might completely block otherwise. It's not about pretending to be ignorant. It's about genuinely seeking new observations, deeper understanding.
I really like that. A deliberate act of humility almost. Shedding assumptions to really see.
And then there's the simple, but often underestimated power of active questioning.
Just asking more questions.
But consciously emphasizing why and what if in your daily life. It invites new possibilities, sparks new connections. It's about being fully present and engaging with what's in front of you, not just skimming the surface.
So instead of just accepting things, probe a little deeper?
Precisely. The power of open-ended questions is immense. In conversations, at work, even just reflecting on your own, instead of asking your partner, "Good day," which is closed.
Yeah, gets a yes or no.
Right. Try, "What was the most surprising moment of your day?" Or, "What challenged you today?" It pushes beyond the superficial into real discovery, asking yourself, how does this really work? Or what could I learn from this? Even though it's tough, forces deeper inquiry.
And this isn't just a mental game, is it? It actually changes our brains.
It does. Thanks to neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to change in response to experience, we can literally train ourselves to be more curious, rewiring those neural pathways.
Wow, so we can physically make ourselves more curious.
In a sense, yes. And interestingly, meditation, which people often think of just for relaxation, can be a powerful tool here.
Meditation, how does that connect?
Well, neuroplasticity means our brain can form new connections and strengthen existing ones based on experience and learning. Every time you learn something new or look at something differently, you're literally reshaping your brain. Meditation helps us cultivate curiosity about the potential distortions coloring our thoughts.
Okay.
It trains us to observe our own internal landscape, thoughts, feelings, sensations without immediate judgment. This practice helps us see how our reactions might be influenced by biases, past experiences, assumptions we haven't examined.
So you become more aware of your own mental habits.
Exactly. And that heightened, non-judgmental awareness can strengthen our perceptions, make our behaviors healthier, more open. It leads to greater self-knowledge and a more curious approach even to our own internal world. And what's cool is this does not need to happen only when sitting down.
Ah, okay, so not just formal meditation.
Right. You can practice active meditation while brushing your teeth, washing dishes, walking. Just observing your thoughts and sensations in those moments without judgment cultivates that mindful, curious awareness.
So the key isn't necessarily the formal practice, but developing that mindful, non-judgmental observation anytime.
Exactly. The core idea is to refrain from criticism and all or none thinking, and instead accept the multitude of possibilities and continue asking questions. This mindful, accepting approach keeps you open to discovery, instead of shutting down with rigid answers or self-criticism.
Okay, so internal practices. What about external ones?
Well, actively diversifying our experiences is also an incredibly potent spark.
Makes sense. New inputs.
Totally. Travel, deliberately meeting people from different backgrounds, trying new activities you've never thought of, these all further spark curiosity by immersing us in unfamiliar environments. Each new experience adds a unique ingredient to our knowledge reservoir.
Makes us richer, more adaptable.
And more eager to explore even more. It's like that positive feedback loop again, but for life itself. The more you engage, the more you want to engage.
And this isn't just for individuals, is it? This cultivation applies to groups too. Workplaces, families.
Absolutely. It has profound implications for collective environments. Our sources really emphasize that a culture of curiosity promotes lifelong learning within organizations. It directly enhances problem solving, fosters deeper collaboration, and boosts resilience when facing change.
So it's not just hiring curious people, but creating the environment where curiosity can flourish, where it's celebrated even.
Exactly. It needs to be nurtured. Some concrete strategies for workplaces which you could easily adapt for a family or community group include actively encouraging questions at all levels.
Making it safe to ask why.
Yes, providing lots of learning opportunities for continuous development. Genuinely rewarding exploration, even if ideas don't immediately succeed. And crucially, fostering diverse teams.
Diversity helps spark curiosity.
Immensely. Bringing together different backgrounds, perspectives, ways of thinking, it naturally creates a kind of positive friction. It sparks new questions, challenges assumptions, leads to truly innovative solutions. Think of Google's famous 20% time.
Right, where they could work on personal projects, led to Gmail, right?
Exactly. Or 3M's culture that allowed researchers freedom to explore, leading accidentally to things like Post-it notes. These are big examples, but they show that when you create the space, the safety, and the resources for curiosity, amazing things can happen.
It's about building a space where asking why and what if isn't just allowed, but actively encouraged, without fear of judgment.
Which brings us to another really powerful point. Curiosity as an antidote to fear and stagnation.
Okay, antidote to fear. How so?
The philosopher Alan Watts put it brilliantly. By replacing fear of the unknown with curiosity, we open ourselves to an infinite stream of possibility. That's a fundamental shift.
It really is, because often our fear isn't really of the unknown itself, is it? It's more, as Krishnamurti suggested, the fear of the known coming to an end.
Exactly. The discomfort of change, losing what feels familiar and safe. But a curious mindset changes that whole perspective. From fear to, well, anticipation.
How does that reduce stress?
When you consciously choose to see uncertainty not as a threat, but as an opportunity to learn and grow, it drastically reduces stress and anxiety. It boosts your resilience. Instead of being paralyzed by what you don't know, you get energized by the potential for discovery.
Like Thomas Edison.
Perfect example. His 10,000 failures with the light bulb, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work."
That's not just perseverance, is it? It's curiosity reframing setbacks.
Absolutely. He wasn't afraid of the unknown way that would work. He was intensely curious to find it. Each failure was just data, a path ruled out, bringing him closer. His curiosity turned obstacles into stepping stones.
Okay, so curiosity fights fear. What about stagnation? What's the danger there if we don't stay curious?
Tove Jansson, the creator of the Moomins, actually gave this stark warning. Do not tire, never lose interest, never grow indifferent. Lose your invaluable curiosity, and you let yourself die. It's as simple as that.
Wow. Let yourself die. That's intense.
It is, but it speaks to a deep truth. When you stop being curious, you stop engaging fully with life, you stop growing, you close yourself off. It's exactly what Mark Parker meant with curiosity is life, assumption is death. Assuming you know it all, losing the desire to question, that's ceasing to truly live and evolve.
So stagnation isn't just standing still, it's actively declining, a slow fade.
Yeah. And that means change isn't just something that happens to us, it's something we can lean into, embrace, if we stay curious. Curiosity lets us see change not as a threat, but as this ongoing invitation to learn, adapt, evolve into maybe even better versions of ourselves.
It's a commitment to being alive, really.
It is. It allows us to keep rewriting our own stories, innovating, finding new meaning, staying connected, no matter our age or situation. It's the ultimate path to a life of continuous discovery.
This deep dive has been incredibly illuminating, really. We've explored just how powerful this innate trait is, reminded ourselves it's a birthright. We've seen how it drives learning, helps us remember through those neurological rewards. We've understood how it strengthens relationships through empathy and connection, helps resolve conflict, builds intimacy.
Yeah, the relational piece is huge.
And its undeniable role in fueling creativity, innovation in every part of life.
Yeah.
Big discoveries, daily problem solving. Plus, it's this vital tool for navigating uncertainty with resilience, turning fear into possibility.
And the best part.
The best part, it's not fixed. It's a habit we can cultivate, like building that mental muscle. It grows with every question, every new experience.
And what's truly fascinating, maybe the key takeaway here, is that curiosity isn't just an individual thing for self-improvement.
Right, it's bigger than that.
It's a pathway to deep personal fulfillment, yes, but also a powerful catalyst for collective progress, for society moving forward. By consciously embracing and nurturing curiosity, we unlock our own potential to contribute, yes, but also our capacity to keep growing, become more adaptable, understanding, innovative.
It empowers us to keep questioning, learning, evolving, essential for thriving in a world that's always changing.
Always.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now as you go about your day, your week? Maybe consider this. What's one question you've been putting off asking? Maybe a question of yourself, about your own motivations. Maybe a question for someone important in your life to understand them better. Or just a question about the world, something you've always wondered about but never looked into.
Yeah.
What new insight, what surprising connection, what entirely new path might just open up for you if you took that first curious step today.
The journey of discovery really is endless. It's just waiting for your next question.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the boundless and truly transformative world of curiosity. Until next time, stay engaged, stay open, and most importantly, keep exploring.